Hello, dear educators. How are you all doing? Hope you're all fine and gearing up for the next academic year. Sometimes teachers will be wondering why some teachers do a job better than the others. Therefore, let us today try to understand how a teachers can move from their present grade to one level up. That is, if they are in a position of a good teacher, they can move to a better teacher, from a better teacher to a best teacher. There is something which has to be done with the teachers and their routines in order to understand how they are able to do their work very well. Now, what is that which is stopping the teachers from being the best teachers? All teachers can be the best teachers, but there is one difference basically, that is the clarity of the teacher even before going into the classroom. That's how the teachers will remain the best teachers. The more the clarity they have, they can move from the grades of good to better to best. Therefore, in this video, I would like to give an overall idea for those teachers who are not able to move from one level to other because of their chaos and the chaotic nature and their less clarity moments here at home as well as in the classroom. Therefore, we all can consider this as a master class for those teachers who wish to move from good to better to best. Nothing should stop us from moving from one level to the other level. Hi, I am Dr. Padmavati Tungaturthi from Teach Connect. I am a quality education specialist. Therefore, in this session, from chaos to clarity, I would like to let you know how the teachers can move from one level to the other. We all have experienced or looked at teachers who have misplaced their lesson plans. Whenever a teacher misplaces a lesson plan, that is obviously a wasted time for the teacher. We also find a group of teachers who do their last minute preparations, which will ultimately tend to a poor delivery. I think we would have come across these one or two teachers who do that last minute job. And the most important thing is disorganized material what they carry with them. They cannot do their job in a very organized way. Everything is a haphazard thing for them. They are sloppy in their work, and that's how they will have to add some more stress. However passionate a teacher is, it doesn't matter. If a teacher is organized, then the teachers would definitely try to become better teachers. Now then, if they are unclear about the classroom flow as to how the students would be receiving the content from the teacher's end, how the lesson would be flowing, that itself is a great tip for the teachers, that the students will misbehave in the classroom and there would be disastrous classroom management. Now the next thing is, let us consider a small scene where we have lived in. The teachers come prepared in the morning with a very serious note. They are the teachers who are going to conduct the sessions very well in the classroom. I have come across Mr. Raj, who is a passionate teacher. Every morning is a scramble for them. Mr. Raj, there is no point being a passionate teacher because his day flow, his hourly flow, his class flow is not in place. That means whatever he does, he tries doing it anyhow. In the name of being passionate, he will try to deviate from the regular content, thinking that those teachers who are not passionate will have everything scheduled. But that's not the case. Students will definitely have low attention for whatever they are doing. Student will not be able to receive the content when the teacher is haphazard, doesn't move well. Right from the point of dressing to the point of leaving the classroom, the teacher has to watch out and be conscious on her delivery or on his delivery. Therefore, we also will understand that the teachers tend to return to the staff room with certain guilt. because they couldn't complete the lesson. Obviously, they will be having that kind of guilt with them because they are not prepared. This is all a flow. They did not do the preparation well, they are not able to facilitate well. Obviously, they return to the classroom without that enthusiasm, they return with guilt instead. Now, if we are looking at our own classroom, and if we are rushing to the classroom of what to be done at its first place, and the teacher feels that the whole content and the whole thing can be memorized, and the teacher will feel that the content which is memorized, she is very good at delivering it without missing a thing. These are all those kind of myths which teacher has to bust for herself. In this kind of andragogy, people can only show what is to be learned. Andragogy is a particular kind of learning for adults wherein no one can teach anyone. It is only the content will be shown to them. It is for the teachers to understand what's happening. There is no point going into a classroom with a haphazard way, or with not knowing what to do, rushing into the classroom, then deciding what to teach. The teachers sometimes prepare the whole academic year plan in their head. It doesn't happen like that. They have to prepare one step after the other. They got to break down the whole year's curriculum into a term curriculum, and that term schedule should be divided into monthly, and in turn you have to break it down fortnightly and weekly, and also the daily content. However, how much clarity the teacher has, so clear she will be able to deliver the content. Therefore, now if you all can realize that if you are doing these things, please stop that today and leave it this moment. Leave those things. Do not memorize anything. There are notebooks, there are digital tools, there are planners. Why are we trying to memorize? Please do not memorize this kind of content, and let us believe in certain 4-pillar framework. Now, what is that 4-pillar framework? The first and the foremost thing is to create a one-page plan from Monday to Sunday. What are you supposed to do on a Sunday also? You need to have an idea. What is that learning outcomes you are going to deliver, and what are the resources to be brought? That also you need to plan. What is the preparation to be done? Some resources are not available very easily. We got to work for them, we got to grow them, we got to procure them. Therefore, if we have a plan, then definitely we'll be able to procure all those without any delay. You will have a week's time, and you will also know the prior week as to what is that content which we have done, what are the resources we have taken. Can we borrow resources from others, or can we understand, or can we buy them from somewhere, or can we recycle certain resources, reuse them? Every time we fail to plan, we all know that we will be planning to fail. 10 minutes of time daily, one should be able to run through the whole content, or one should be able to know what are the chunks of time which the teacher goes through for all the day. The time when she enters the school to the time when she leaves the school. What are the chunks of time which she will be able to use? And the second most important thing is to organize materials. Either the teacher has to use any digital tool if she is well aware of it, or she has to at least use a manual tool, because we are still in the transition. There is nothing like that. Had Mr. Raj done these things, his class would have been better. We were talking about Mr. Raj, who is a passionate teacher, who wants to teach all the things to the students, wherein he would like to put in everything which he reads or which he learns to the student. But he has to also check if that is the suitable time. Does the lesson plan give that leverage to him to teach that content in that particular class? Once you have divided the contents into like digital as well as physical filing system, what is that you're going to do subject wise folders you need to have, or you need to put in some color coding for the file, so that subject for grade wise color coding, if a teacher is teaching color coding to subjects, will work very well. Each subject or each grade, the teacher can put a single color, so that all, say color blue goes to grade 7, all the color material with red, say the color code red material, will go for grade 8. Therefore, the teacher has that clarity in her mind while picking up from the shelf, and the shelves of her staff room cupboard are more than organized material for the teachers. Now, if the teacher has to use pencil box, that's very important to carry a pencil box to the school. Every day the teacher needs to put in her markers, her eraser, her personal pencil box, wherein if she is using any blue pen, black pen to grade, then that also then they need to put, instead of running around running for errands, the teacher will try to understand that all the material is there with her. Then the next important thing is structuring the teacher's day. What are the activities which the teacher is going to do? What is that consistent activity the teacher is going to do? And what is the timed lesson plan the teacher is trying to do? What is the structured routine she has? What is the transition she is going to do? That means, is she moving from a computer class to the classroom, her subject class? Is she going to the staff room, or where is she going? How is the teacher trying to move? What does she need for the next class? All these things are important for the teacher, and she can only meditate on this, like these are the particular constraints I have. Sometimes she will be clubbing up 2 subjects, say. Therefore, what is that she should carry for one particular subject? Is she going to have a color code for subject, or is she going to have a separate pencil box or any carrying material? What is she going to do? For this is the third thing. And the fourth important thing with the national education policy, there are so many deadlines. How is the teacher able to track her deadlines? Tracking the deadline is not an easy thing. Therefore, Google Calendar is a must. If the teacher is not able to use Google Calendar, it becomes a little difficult for her. The first session is to get oriented with the Google Calendar, fix up all chunks, all blocks as to where the assessments are having deadlines, how is the homework to be asked from the student, what are the different projects given. Everything need to have a different color again. For the class, for the project work, and for the regular class work, how are you going to segregate it? You can use your creativity to segregate. Now then, next thing, how we are going to set apart those chunks of time is to block our teaching hours. What is the time available to us? If we are able to block the teaching hours, then we will be coming to know what is our free space. In that free space, how are we going to add the assessment deadlines? And when are we going to have a preparation time? Any counseling time should be given to the students. Are you a counselor? Or if you need to talk to your class student, then what is that chunk of time which is being kept aside? And what is that personal goal? Where are you ought to keep the children, and where should you bring them, from which position to which position? What is that hand holding you need to give? And for example, if you want to meditate for about 10 minutes, it's okay. You can also add that particular chunk of time in the calendar. Therefore, Google Calendar, as much as I know, because I use a Google Calendar, it is so easy to chunk time with color codes, and you can always have different color, either fonts or different color. We can use the color font, or we can use fill-ups for the Google Calendar, so then we can have more time. Normally there is a myth that if at all we plan so much, we will not be able to find time for other things, but it's not true. This is a myth. The more you plan, the better you can execute. 1 hour of planning, if someone does, that will reflect as 10 hours of saving time. Therefore, then we know that within this absolutely good structure of time we have, We always have lot of time left out for other things because teachers are supposed to pick up that habit of reading, and we know that readers are leaders. Every teacher needs to read for about 20 minutes a day continuously with that chunk of time. Maybe we can use Pomodoro technique. That's a tool available online which will allow you to stay focused. That chunk of 20 minutes of time, it needs to be utilized for reading only, no grading during this time, no marking the books during that time. For that grading time is to be set apart. What is that? Which class are you going to grade? What time? Everything need to be mentioned in the Google Calendar, and if at all you want to take a break, that also need to be mentioned so that you will know when to come back to your desk and do that work. Therefore, there are 3 golden rules. That is, we should always start with the end in mind. We all know that according to Stephen Covey, 7 habits of highly effective people. That means if we have to be highly effective, we need to follow that chunk of starting with end in mind. Stay consistent. This is the second rule. You need not be perfect. Perfection is a next level thing. But stay consistent. That's very important. You need not be perfect. I'm not a perfectionist. But still, there is a good way to go to that level, excellent level, and revisit the complete plan on a Monday and again on a Thursday and again on a Saturday, because you will come to know what is that you're going to do on a particular Sunday. 1 hour of time should be set apart for planning. This is not the preparation time. This is a planning time. Therefore, we'll all want to know when is the planning time. If you plan this much, then definitely you will be find that extra time, because your mind is free. Your mind is in a meditation mode. Your mind will accept things, whatever come, because to some sort of planner, a sort of workbook, that's a living document, can write and rewrite. For that document I am placing it. Start small, but start today. Try to plan haphazardly, but start planning. That's the first thing which you are supposed to do. Instead of planning everything in the mind, put it down on the paper. Use color crayons, color them. Then you can see that you do it on a Google Calendar very immediately. You will have that thing in your mind. Thanks for watching. Hi, I am Dr. Padmavati Tungaturthi from Teach Connect. Hope you all like this video. And we're going to make small clips of these videos for you to get more information, and information in chunks also, because it may not be possible for teachers to watch the complete video in one go. Therefore, these clips also will be helping you all. And anything else which you would want to know from me, please type out in the chat box, comment box. I will try to answer your question. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to our channel. Subscribe to my channel for more and quick notifications which you should receive. Thank you so much.